Hello, this video is what I think about 2012 request video. I've already done 2012 1 and 2, but that was me talking about it, and so this is a request. And that was a couple years ago, so maybe I'll do another one. And I'll just make it really quick, because that person asked me to, and they'll probably watch this video. What do I think about 2012? Okay. Well, there's what I know about 2012 from what I've heard, and then, of course, there's what I think about it. I guess I'll put what I know really quickly, since I already talked about that. What I know about 2012 is what I heard about it is that it's the end of the Mayan calendar, December 21st, 2012. It's my mom's birthday. I should be at my mom's house for that. The winter solstice, shortest day of the year. And it's when the sun rises, right behind the sun is going to be the center of the galaxy. It is where the arrow of the constellation Sagittarius, it's where the tip of the arrow is. So the ancients knew something about that, didn't they? They knew where the center of the galaxy is. Now, the ancients did know that we revolve around the center of a galaxy. All the ancients did. Even the ancient Greeks. Anaximenes was talking about that. That all of the spheres are these perfect spheres, these geometrical spheres. And that's true. In a higher dimension they are. We all revolve around the Great Fireball, and then our sun revolves around that, and then we revolve around our sun. So he was dealing with probably ancient knowledge from Egypt or something. But it's also the end of the Mayan calendar. The Mayan calendar starts 16 billion years ago. Our scientists say the Earth is 14 billion years, so they knew something that our scientists don't know. Try and tell that to a skeptic. And then they're different yugas, because the ancient Indians and the Hindu had the same idea, different ages. They're different ages of the Mayan. Gets 20 times smaller each time. This is what I heard from Barbara Hanklau, who heard it from Kalaman, Swedish Dr. Kalaman, who read the Mayan tablets or whatever. So then you have a new age that starts. The one that was not 50,000 years or something started at 3315 BC, which was the same exact time that the ancient Sumerian civilization started, when Egyptian civilization started, when the Indus Valley civilization started. Yeah, try and tell that to a skeptic. So much information for skeptics. It's so annoying and baffling that skeptics would write on your video, "You're an idiot. Show me proof. Show me proof. There's no proof." And I'm like, all right. So I list all these things. And they're like, "That's not proof. I meant show me proof." And I'm like, what do you mean? You need to show me the actual report from the scientists. It's like, I don't have it, dude. Sorry. I don't have the time for that. I'm working on a history timeline. I told you the book to read. It's right there in their bibliography. Check it out for yourself, man. I'm not your fucking secretary, dude. Fucking skeptics, man. And I'm like, yeah, look at a picture of freaking Baalbek. It's right there, dude. What? What's that? Where? I don't have time for that. Yeah, just Google it. For the love of God, look at my website. I've got a million pictures up there of that shit. Fucking skeptics, man. Yeah, so... Anyways, yeah, so the Mayan calendar said that, one of the 20 times less of the end one was, I guess, in 1760, and that was a big time. That was when we were having this big political shakeup of the world. And then there's another one, which was a year before. And then, anyways, the last one, the final one, where it was the end of time, is December 21st. Now, that's kind of where it's everything changes, and our whole mindset, our whole paradigm is so different that people can't freaking imagine. See, this is the trippy part about 2012. People can't freaking imagine what the future is going to be like. If you look at futuristic movies, it is so off base. My God, it's it's always the Book of Eli. I didn't even watch that movie. Maybe I'd like to, just because it's a apocalyptic movie. It's kind of like future history, and I like history movies, but it's find the one book for the answer for mankind, the one last Bible. And it's like, what the fuck? That's so unrealistic. How about the one where with the other dude where it's like one person can have a baby and all these apocalyptic movies. That's the only kind of movies that people can make in the future are the apocalyptic ones. Then you have Star Trek. Star Trek is like the one and only shining bright star of accurate future. But they don't have any Star Treks of 2012 or, you know, what the life is like in, say, 2020, 2030. You know? You had Mission to Mars, but that was nothing. That was just, I guess they find, well, the alien head on Mars and stuff. But yeah, man, people should make movies people should envision the future and write books and make movies. And I do that myself, dude. And maybe I will. But, you know, I've got something else going on right now. But make a movie about, like, the transition. Make a movie set in 2020. You make it like a rom-com, you know? A romantic comedy. But set it in 2020s where it's like basically like people are just adjusting to living in a utopia. We've got like free energy. That dude from Boombox said that he's going to have a boombox in everybody's house in 5 to 10 years. So like, yeah, everybody's got the free energy. And then they have like, and then they like finally got around to making like batteries that are just totally strong. So people are flying planes across the Atlantic Ocean with prop planes powered by big batteries, or maybe like prop balloons. They get those going again, powered by big old props, powered by those batteries that are charged by the boombox, right? So we're not using gas. And so it's like super cheap to fly all over. So like you got all these like, so it's like in the rom-com, you know, the family, they're in the house they're like making out in the park, whatever. And there's like Indians, dingle-dingles, like in the background. Oh, look, America! I'm in New York. Which way to Statue of Liberty, right? You got all these like third worlders, you know, and Africans. I'm Mumbamba from Congo. Where is Times Square? I'm tourist. Because all these, like, they opened up all of the freaking borders. Only they don't have anything negative, you know? It's like, keep the negative crap away, dude. Because I think people are more responsible than that. That's my quote, man. You can quote me. Because I said shit. Yeah, Mumbamba from Congo and, like, Dingle Dingle from India, dude. They'll go back. They're just here for vacation. Besides, maybe in the movie have them hooked up to an RFID tag where they have to go back. It's like, meep, 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 meep. It like starts buzzing. It's like, oh no, I used up my time in America. So they have to go back, you know. But they probably go back anyways because yeah, so then like in the rom-com, they go on vacation to Congo or India, and they're in India and they're like, yeah, traveling through India and everybody in India's got the bloom box, right? And everybody, and there's like, I mean, India's like, it's like India now, there's people everywhere, but they've cleaned up the streets because they've got these robots that are cleaning up the streets for them, and they have, well, with free energy, you can purify water, so they've all got clean water, they're all like healthy, and they're happy, and they like being in India, you know? And besides, America has a lot of free space, so if these third worlders like America more, because they like, for whatever reason, they can come out in here and live here, like people can just come here and move here. Yeah, so forget what I said about the RFID. They're just out here and they're living like you're hiking through like the rainforest in Washington in the rom-com, and they look over and they see like dingle dingles out there like living in the bushes, or like these Africans out there in the bushes like being Africans, and they're like, oh look, some Africans, and they walk up to him and he's like, yeah, I'm Mumbamba. I decide to move to America. This is cold though. I think I'll go back after summertime. You know, but they're out there like, yeah, maybe it's like the pygmy. He's like, yeah, it gets cold out here. And they're looking at their hut and they're like, oh, cool pygmy hut. Yeah, come and visit me. You know? So, and they're singing. It's like, what is the pygmies? Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom, boom, boom. And you're in Washington. See, that's something just crazy like that. But it's all positive. There's no problems at all. So yeah, forget what I said about RFID tag. I fell into that pit myself, you see. But like, see, start visioning. But anyways, 2012. What I know about 2012, also Bashar, the alien who channels through Sri Lanka, and I believe him, says that, well, 2012, this is also what I guess other people say, like entering the photon belt, it's the, and also having to do with when the center of the galaxy is behind the sun when it rises. When the Earth is actually passing through the photon belt is the that big giant black hole in the center of the galaxy that like sucks up billions and billions of black hole stars, and it's really big and it just sucks in. And so with all that mass coming in, it just, with the centrifugal force, it just spins so fast that it just sends out this like plane of like super fine energy, super high dimensional energy that's really thin. And we're passing through it right now, which is actually supercharging the earth and our brains and helping us actually DNA mutate into a higher human being, into a more intelligent human being, that we could use like 100% of our brains, so we could use our imaginations and we have better memory. And I even think they said that David Wilcock in one of his speeches, and maybe I'll have to watch it again or go to his website. Actually, he doesn't organize the website very well. He doesn't have the bibliography, but I'd like to actually look at the report of that, because supposedly we're getting better at, everybody's getting better at IQ tests, that they're having to reset the IQ level to keep 100 as minimum, you know? So like if somebody with 160 IQ 30 years ago would have like an 80 IQ these days or something like that. So, yeah, because people are getting smarter, and I can feel that I'm getting smarter. My memory is better than it was. My imagination and everything, you know? Everybody's smarter now than they were in the past. So, yeah. So, but there's this other facet, and that's also the aliens. They're turning off I guess, maybe it's the Van Allen belt that goes around the Earth. But there is some kind of force field. Maybe it's just a manufactured force field. But they got this force field around the Earth that makes the bad aliens can't land here, because there are lots of bad aliens coming here, and like, or maybe the Anunnaki came here and they were like, I mean, this is some really like stuff that we know nobody here knows what the fuck was going on down, but it's like, were the Anunnaki good or bad? Well, maybe they were good in that they'd come down here and they had like one king who would teach the people everything, like how to crop and how to have government and everything, and he was like the one and only dude, and everybody would look up to him. But then he left, and that kind of caused problems, because then we had monarchies where like you'd have like, you know, God's chosen king, and whatever he says goes, and he has all power. And then you have the oligarchy of the nobles around him who were like way too rich and tell everybody else what to do, and that caused problems. So maybe they got kicked out, they got like fired or something, and they couldn't come back. But anyways, they have this force field around the Earth, and so Bashar says that's when they're going to turn it off, and like other aliens can be able to land. So maybe we'll get more sightings after 2012. Now, my particular feeling about 2012 is that 2012 is going to come and go. Nothing's really going to happen, and then people are going to go like, you know, some people are going to be like, I don't know, like, see, I told you nothing's going to happen. And then other people are going to be like, no, but something did happen. Like, look at all the changes in the world. And anyway, people are going to finally resolve, because there's not going to be anything else to expect after that. People are going to resolve to just take matters into their own hands and be like, well, yeah, actually the world is changing. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's get off our asses and stop spending so much money on throwing people in jail for smoking marijuana, and let's see stuff for what it really is, you know, like that dude up on like the Pat Buchanan show or whatever, trying to tell people we need to illegalize marijuana, when it's being like, look, dude, you're getting paid by a fucking special interest to keep that shit illegal. Legalize marijuana, legalize mushrooms, legalize all drugs, so we can stop the war on drugs. Stop spending so much money on the industrial military machine, and spend money instead on giving those third worlders in Afghanistan computers and hooking up their country with internet and stuff. I'm sure they'd love to do that, and stop freaking out about thinking they're going to start World War III here. Tighten up the borders for a little bit if that's what you want to do. And then those third worlders are probably finally going to get tired of being like grumpy and pissed off at America. And people are like grumpy and pissed off at America. I mean, I've got so many videos where I talk about other countries. Oh yeah, that's another kind of video that I have, where I talk about other countries. I was talking about that in the other video, but yeah, but I don't say negative things about those countries. I'm just like kind of like general like report, and then maybe a couple of stories and stuff from it. But people like, they're like, fuck you, American crap, you're a piece of shit American retard. And it's like, okay, well, what did I say? Negative. I don't recall saying anything negative. But anyways, yeah, so a lot of people are pissed off. Mainly out of jealousy, I think. Like America's too rich or something. That's another story. But in America, we play more fairly than anybody else. And if you want to challenge me on that, I will take you to the end. But we do. And I'm not even going to get in on that because this is another video. Yeah, anyways, I think third world countries who are all pissed off at America and stuff are going to finally be like, okay, look, let's just chill out. Let's take their help, get those computers hooked up, and just be friends. And people are going to get cool. I made a prediction at the beginning of 2010, and I forgot to make my prediction at the beginning of 2011, and it's kind of too late now because we're halfway through. Because I wasn't making videos at that time, but my prediction at the beginning of 2010 was that people are going to get nicer, and I think it's true. I mean, sometimes you get. It's kind of interesting on YouTube because sometimes I go through like period of like a month where I don't get any negative comments, and then like I go through a period of like a week where like half of the comments are negative. Like right now, I'm getting a lot of really negative comments on my YouTube like channel and videos, and it's weird. It's kind of like this cosmic thing. Like it's like people are angry now, and I know I've been watching Soul Garden, really good stuff. Christopher Oteki, he's really smart. He's saying that I think Capricorns are supposed to be going through a hard time right now. And I kind of have been feeling a little bit like de-energized lately. And maybe even a little bit depressed. That's kind of, one morning I felt a little bit depressed, and that's what kind of made me leave Sacramento. But maybe everybody's feeling like that. We're going through like a low period, and so that's why people are just angry and spewing hatred on the internet and stuff. Oh my God, where was I going with that? Yeah, anyways, I think people are going to kind of come out of that. And, oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Beginning of 2010, I predicted people were going to become nicer, and they did. I stopped getting so many, like, negative comments on my YouTube channel pages about, like, exercise videos and stuff. Maybe that's because people already said what they wanted to say and they read the comments, but no, it seemed like people got nicer, and I was going to make the same thing again, that people are going to start making more videos, and I think they are. Anyways, after 2012, I think people are going to start becoming nicer, more open-minded. So that's what I think about 2012. Oh yeah, but like, is anything going to happen on the day of 2012? Well, one kind of interesting thing is that everybody's kind of anticipating. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be something that you can feel. People are going to be like, wake up the next day and you're going to be in a new day, and you're going to be like, I think people generally are going to take themselves more seriously, and they're going to be like, all right, well, let's stop waiting and let's start doing. I think that's what's basically going to happen. And that's going to be, let's see, the new presidential election is going to be coming then. And maybe by then, I think by then people are going to start to wake up to the whole political stuff. I think we're going to have a third party candidate up there. Or like Ron Paul's actually going to win almost win the Republican nomination and become president, or we're going to get a third party in there going, but there's going to be some shakeup definitely. If not 2012, 2016 for sure. The days of the bipartisan, the two parties, I think, is coming to an end, where it's business is normal and just wasting money on all this shit. Control agencies like the FCC. Okay, so anyways, that's what I think about 2012.